just before I jump into this, in addition to what I'm showing you guys here, also included were some wireless NES controllers, a couple extra zapper guns and some extra cables, also a Super Nintendo system with a Super Game Boy cables controllers, and also a Nintendo 64 system with a green controller, rumble pack, and a docks wireless controller. So, some of this stuff I did get to sell, and don't get excited, it's none of the good stuff. Just like some of the cartridge-only stuff. And usually I don't show you guys that because I buy stuff all the time. I'm only showing you stuff for my collection. But I wanted to give you guys a really good idea of exactly what I picked up in this bundle because it's probably the best deal I've ever found. So with that said, let's jump into it. First up, this was kind of included for free, but that is a PC copy of Final Fantasy VIII. Next up, we have all three of the Banjo-Kazooie plastic N64 cases here, which is awesome. Then we have a Final Fantasy VII Collector's Video VHS tape. It still has the plastic on it, but it is open. And then we have two other VHS tapes. First is the Star Fox one, and then the Diddy Kong Racing one, which also still has the plastic on it. Then we have two Super Nintendo cartridge-only games. There is Super Mario World. Well, I guess it's not cartridge-only because there's the manual, but no box. And then the other one is Final Fantasy II, which came with the manual, but the front cover is ripped off. Then there's a complete-in-box third-party N64 memory card. And a, I guess you'd call it complete-in-box Turok 2 Seeds of Evil travel case for the N64. Then there was a boxed white DS Lite system, and one DS game, Final Fantasy III. And I'm going to tell you guys the story at the end when I'm done showing you guys everything. Or before I show you the really good stuff, I'll tell you guys the story. Next up, this is a box only, but it's the box for the gray Zapper action set. There's no styrofoam or anything. This box was actually filled with all the extra cables, the Zapper guns, the wireless NES controllers, and stuff like that. Then we have a complete-in-box PS2. This is they call it the combo pack. It comes with ATV Off-Road Fury 2 and the network adapter. And I've actually never seen this box. And it's all taped closed. Actually, this is still factory sealed, and I'm just noticing this now for the first time. Yeah, there's a PlayStation sticker right here that is not torn. It's still sealed. And I thought that this was tape sealing the little slipcover to the box, but it's actually a sticker. It's not ripped or anything. It's like perfectly cut on the corners. So this is a factory sealed PS2. Wow. I had no idea. I just thought that she taped it closed, but now I'm realizing that this is actually sealed. So that's crazy. Well, that just adds to the crazy, because it's all crazy anyway. And then there's a complete-in-box, mint-condition top-loader NES. And I didn't have one of these in my collection before, so it's very awesome to have it now. And as you can see, it's minty. Everything's in the baggies, got all the paperwork in the baggies and everything. And I guess I'll get into the story now, because that's all the systems that I have to show. All the rest are games. So, I bought all this stuff from an old lady. And she was probably 70 or 75 years old. She lived out in the middle of the forest. She only had two neighbors. One of them was like right next door, one of them was about a mile away. And then I didn't see another house for 8 miles while I was driving to get this stuff. And her daughter contacted me on Facebook from one of my wanted posts in one of the local Facebook groups, and she basically said my mom has a bunch of video game stuff she's looking to get rid of. She's got some old Nintendo stuff, and that's pretty much all I heard. I sent her a message, I asked for pictures. She waited a couple days and then got back to me and said, I can't get pictures, I don't know how to do it. And she said, it'd be easier if you could just come out here and take a look at everything. And I don't usually like to do that, because I like to have a price in mind, so that I'm not wasting my gas driving out there and then not making a deal. So I just asked, well, how much would you want for the original Nintendo, just that by itself? And she said I paid $50 for it. I know that you probably don't want to pay that much, so what would you offer? And just from her saying that, I kind of got the idea that we would be able to come up to an agreement because she's willing to negotiate, plus she didn't want a crazy amount for it to begin with, which is always good. So I just told her, you know what, it sounds fine, I'll come take a look. And so I went to the ATM, I pulled out $500, thinking that I might spend like $150 with her, and then I'd have money left over for other deals. And I got there, I walked in, and I saw the box top loader and the box, well, I guess the sealed PS2, and then she had 3 other cardboard boxes that were marked like Super Nintendo or Nintendo 64, and I couldn't see inside them yet. She told me that her favorite games were Final Fantasy and The Legend of Zelda, and so most of the games that she had were RPGs. And she said that before I saw any of the games, and I got so excited. But first off, I didn't know that the systems were even going to have the boxes on my way there. I didn't hear what any of the games were, and when I saw the boxed systems, I kind of had a feeling that all the games might be boxed as well, and they were. And when she told me that they were all RPGs, and then I found out they were all boxed, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just crazy. So, like I said, there are some cartridge-only games, so I'm going to get those out of the way. There were 2 copies of Tetris for the NES, Castle Quest with the manual, and then Wheel of Fortune. And then she had Zelda 1 and 2, gold copies, and Zelda 2 has the manual. And those are all the cartridge-only games, so the rest of these are either complete or factory sealed. So, starting with NES, we have The Hunt for Red October, Joust. Oh, and by the way, all of these are mint condition. She was the original owner for a lot of these. She lived in that house since like 1984, so these have been with her in that house. They haven't been moved around. She kept them in mint condition. Then we have a complete mint copy of Final Fantasy, her favorite game, and then a factory sealed copy of Star Tropics. So there it is. There's the H theme, if you can see it. There you go. And this is in mint condition. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe that I was able to purchase this deal. One more thing I forgot to show you. Just a factory sealed expansion pack for the N64 and the blister pack here. And there's kind of a story as to why this is still sealed as well. I'll get to that towards the end. Next up, some N64 games. We have a complete copy of Tetris Sphere, which I didn't have, which was awesome. Then a complete copy of my favorite game of all time, Super Mario 64, still with the plastic on it. This is the Player's Choice version. The one that I have also has the plastic on it, but it's not the Player's Choice. So I'm thinking that I might keep this, because it is a box variant, and why not? And then, this one is awesome. This one has a bit of a story to go along with it as well. This is also a game I didn't have yet. This is the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition, complete with the plastic still on the box. You can see it right here. Ridiculous. She told me that she actually bought this from Nintendo out of a Nintendo Power magazine, and not only did she buy that, but she never beat that game. So because she never beat that one, she never moved on, and she never opened up her copy of Majora's Mask. So this is still factory sealed, and she bought this through Nintendo Power directly from Nintendo, and it's got the seam down the back here, and it's in mint condition. What's even better about this is that she still had the original shipping box from Nintendo, and it also came with the original Majora's Mask double disc soundtrack. It came with this little insert here, which has like a bunch of Zelda stuff you can buy, and then also the Nintendo Power strategy guide, which she never used because she never even opened the game. So that is awesome. So this box here had the strategy guide, the little insert, the soundtrack, and then both Zelda games, and they honestly fit in here pretty perfect. That's what it looks like all in there. And so, that's awesome. I had a factory sealed Majora's Mask in my collection before, so it was very awesome to get another one back. And if you guys have been keeping track, the value of the stuff I've already showed you is way more than what I paid for everything, and I haven't even gotten to the Game Boy or the Super Nintendo games yet. So, moving on. Cat's messing with boxes back there. Moving on to the Super Nintendo games. First up, Championship Pool. Then we have 2 games here, which are filler titles, but they still have the plastic on them. It's Casino Fun Pack. You can see the plastic. And then also Black Bass Lure Fishing. Also with the plastic still on it. Then we get to the good Game Boy games. First up, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. Then these 2 have the plastic on them. We have Final Fantasy Adventure, Final Fantasy Legend 2, and then this one I didn't even notice till I got home, a factory sealed copy of Final Fantasy Legend 3. Which is just insane. To have a sealed NES game, Game Boy game, and a 64 game, it's crazy for someone who's not a collector. You know, I don't know why she never opened them. I know why she didn't open Majora's Mask, but the other ones I have no idea. So, moving on to the Super Nintendo, which is the cream of the crop here. She had more Super Nintendo games than anything else. So, first up, only a couple filler titles. First we have Vegas Stakes. Then we have Super Caesar's Palace with the plastic still on the box. Then we have a cleaning kit, and this box is in mint condition, which most of them are. Then we have a Player's Choice copy of Super Star Wars with the plastic still on the box. You can kind of see it up here, it's kind of ripped on the back, but still. Now into the RPGs. So, complete in box with the plastic still on it, Secret of Evermore. Then we have Ultima, the False Prophet. Then we have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. And like I said, all these are pretty much in mint condition. Then we have Secret of Mana, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Breath of Fire 2, Final Fantasy 3, The Illusion of Gaia, Super Mario RPG, with the plastic still on it, Mr. Do, with the plastic still on it, Chrono Trigger, and finally, a complete in-box Earthbound! Holy crap! So yeah, all the games are in here. I'm pretty sure they're all complete. I didn't check every single one, but the ones I did check have all been complete, some of them being sealed, and I paid $500 for everything, and that is an insane deal. I asked her how much she wanted for everything first, and she told me that she estimates that she paid about $1,000 for everything. You know, that was kind of like a starting point for her, since that's about what she thinks that she paid. So I just offered her all the money that I had, and she accepted. Hope you guys enjoyed this probably really long video. I don't know how long it is, but we had a lot of stuff to get through, and I still cannot believe this deal. I picked this up probably like 3 hours ago from the time filming this video, and it's just insane. And I've found deals like this before, but it's only happened like once or twice ever, so I'm not expecting it to happen again anytime soon, but I'm very, very happy, and pretty much every single one of these games is going straight into my collection. Only a couple are condition upgrades, but there's nothing here that I already have a better condition copy of, so everything here is either a new edition or an upgrade, which is very, very awesome. And just to get Earthbound alone for $500 would be a great deal, and I just cannot believe it. And, you know, I had this game before, and after selling my last collection, I really thought that I would never get it again, because I'm not willing to pay, you know, $800 to get it. So thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through this long video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.